Yesterday, Utah fell a little bit short of the win. How are you using that loss to motivate the team's performance tonight?
Yeah, we got a fire under us. We're fired up. We're ready to go. We got a little intensity. We're going to come out strong, heavy on pucks, get pucks deep, pound those battles, and just win puck battles.
Well, good luck out there tonight. Thank you so much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Utah Hockey Broadcast Channel. This is Patrick McGann alongside Mitchell Slot. We're happy to be back here for night number two against Grand Canyon University. It'll be Utah facing off against Grand Canyon. Last night, the Antelopes of Grand Canyon were victorious 3-2 in regulation, despite a good effort, a very even effort for both teams. Utah looking to go with a split tonight against the Antelopes.
Yeah, they need one. I know the lineup is going to be vastly different tonight than it was last night for the Utes. In talking with Morgan Feeney, he's looking for a lot more out of his players than what he got last night. You and I talked all through the game how even things were. They noticed that too. They don't want things to be even. They want things to be tilted in the University of Utah's side of they want the scales opposite. They want to lead the charge. They want to have the momentum throughout the game because I'm sure they noticed that right from the jump, Grand Canyon had them on the ropes a little bit, had them on their heels, and really fought all game to maintain momentum. The Utes want to come out tonight, take that momentum from the drop of the puck, and literally just drive the horse all the way home and not leave any doubts. They're a higher-ranked team than GCU, but I talked to Dan Roy before the game too, and he agreed with what we were talking about last night as far as them being ranked number 19 and the Utes being 13. It's more 13, 14, 14, 13. It could be that way, but I think if the Utes make the right adjustments tonight, we're going to see the difference in the rankings in as far as those two teams these two teams are concerned. The other thing I want to talk about real quick, I have to correct myself from last night. I don't want to go too long without that happening. The Antelopes were at Nationals last year. I misspoke. I have to apologize for that. So all of you Antelope fans, sorry about that. Little miscalculation on my part. Yes, you did go to Nationals. It was a couple years ago that they did not. So I hope that's good. And also we got some name fixes, so we'll say the names right tonight. Sorry about that as well. Now, for the team, as far as GCU is concerned, he was happy with their performance last night. I know all coaches can see more out of their players, but he liked the way they started. He liked the way that they moved the puck around. Didn't like how tight things were either, so there's a couple changes for them as well. Not quite as many as on the Utah side, but I think it's going to be a completely different game tonight.
Absolutely. For Utah, looking at some of their best players last night, Utah they had a couple guys with 2 points. We had Paul Waldhauser with 1 goal and 1 assist. He got 2 points on the night. Then John Correa, 1 goal and one assist as well. So for Utah, keep those guys hot, keep them in production, right? We saw them on the ice quite a bit last night. I'm sure we'll see more of that tonight, even with some of the lineup changes. And Utah going with Greilich tonight to start between the pipes.
Yeah, and I think that, not that Fuller did a poor job at all, but like we talked about last night as well, it's a 1A, 1B. You know what? If one couldn't get it done, let's put the other one in and see what they can do, because literally they're both such good goaltenders. The team relies on both of them. They're comfortable with both of them back there, tending the net. I don't think that's anything to be concerned about. I think Greilich's going to step in and handle business tonight.
Absolutely. And that third goal, you can't really put that on Fuller too much. And even know most of those goals for the most part. But that third goal, a lot of chaos in front of the net. It's telling you Grand Canyon, they're crashing the net hard. And something to look for again tonight. They're not going to give up until that puck's in the back of the net. They collapsed hard. They crashed hard. And Utah, a lot of good puck movement on the power play as well. 2 power play goals last night. So also something to look for.
Yeah, we talked about GCU's percentage leading the conference last night at 24%. That's going to go down by a couple points. Not too much. Actually, more now than it would later in the season because there's less games to compare against. The Utes, on the other hand, theirs is going to go up the same amount as the GCU's went down because we were 2 for 3 last night on the power play. So that being said, I want to see another couple goals on the power play tonight. Hopefully there's not too many penalties tonight. We do have a different refereeing crew. One of the referees from last night is here again tonight. It's Craig Peterson. So he's going to be on the ice. And so that standard that he set last night should be the same for tonight. The other ref tonight is going to be Matt Orr. You guys that have watched the Utes before have seen him on the ice. Very good, very calm, level-headed ref. So I'm not expecting too many penalties, but it is game 2 of the weekend, and these games matter. We did see the energy ramp up a little bit between these two teams. Not animosity, but the energy between the two teams was ramping up throughout the course of the game. So we're going to have some carryover.
Absolutely. And with that being said, kind of mentioning the game 2 being more of a fiery match. This is a huge game for Utah. No easy way to put it. Utah coming into the weekend tied for second place in the conference with GCU. Right now they're tied for third. GCU moved up to second place yesterday with that win. Of course, UNLV in first place in the conference. It's early, and you hate to say that there's elimination games for the conference race this early, but I think tonight is one of those games for Utah. You cannot afford to get swept on home ice to Grand Canyon. Yeah, and one of the things, speaking to that, is a lot of broadcasters, including us as well, will talk about points and the importance of points towards the end of the season. I have to argue that points in the beginning of the season are just as important as the points in the latter half of the season, simply because you can bank those points. If you have points going in, then you're not fighting at the very end to get the points. You already have them in your back pocket. Let's go ahead and put them there. So every point that the Utes can get, every point that GCU can get is valuable. This is a conference game. So both teams want those 3 points. What is it? About seven of the 8 playoff teams in the NHL are decided by the Thanksgiving mark in the season. So in the fall, these games matter. They're huge. And for Utah, really wanting to stay in that conference race, dropping 2 to UNLV was tough. They'll see them on home ice. They'll get a chance to rebound. They'll see GCU on the road as well. So a lot of redemption opportunities, but it starts right now, and it starts tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Utes don't have time to waste. And I mean that in this game specifically, because last night GCU came out very hard. We talked about it. Tonight, the Utes need to be the more aggressive team and really set the tone from the drop of the first puck. Last night, they got put on their heels and they had to react. I want to see the Utes force that reaction out of GCU instead of being on the receiving end of a blow.
Absolutely. And I don't want to say this Utah team doesn't play 60 minutes, because they do, and we've seen a lot more of that in recent years and this season as well. But last night, surrendering that kind of fluky third period goal, it's just play to that final horn, play a full 60 minutes, because Grand Canyon, they're going to give you that as well.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're a good team. I mean, there's no denying it. This is probably, without being within the top 5, this is one of the toughest tests that the Utes are going to face. Outside that top 5 ranking, regardless of what the first poll is or the last poll, because GCU, we saw it last night, very evenly matched with the Utes. When you're playing a team that is built exactly like you are, they know what's coming. And that is a difference maker.
Absolutely. Not to look ahead, but Utah's got Arizona next weekend. It doesn't get any easier. They split with Arizona in Tucson a couple of weeks ago. So for Utah, absolutely huge game tonight, a must-win early on in the season. Ed Mitchell, keys to the game. Anything you got before we sign off here, before puck drop?
The new players need to fill their roles. I'm going to leave it at that. The new players in the lineup need to step up, fill their roles. This is your opportunity. Take it.
Absolutely. Can't say it any better myself, Mitchell. We'll be back with Puck Drop in just a few moments. It's the Utes. It's the Antelopes. Game 2 tonight. We'll see you back for Puck Drop in just a few moments.
this evening's Division I ACHA matchup. Starting lineups for this evening's matchup first for Grand Canyon. Defense number 73, Sean Spring. Defense number 2, Aiden Richland. Forward number 43, Michael Schwartz. Forward number 12, Nash Jacobsma. Forward number 8, Evan Ledden. And in goal for Grand Canyon, number 1, Hunter Hine. Starting lineup for your University of Utah Skating Utes. At left defense from Delano Field, Wisconsin, number 21, Matthew Delaney. At right defense from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 26, Jake Lorella. Left wing, from Lake Villa, Illinois, number 17, Nicholas Schwab. At center from Root, Switzerland, number 6, John Correa. At right wing from Klagenfurt, Australia, number 15, Paul Wadenhauser. And between the pipes this evening for your skating Utes, from Mukwongo, Wisconsin, number 31, Joseph Grelich. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you'll kindly rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to the broadcast, folks. Once again, Patrick McGann alongside Mitchell Slot.
Hello.
Game 2 of the 2-game set between Utah and Grand Canyon just about underway here from Salt Lake City. Utah looking to bounce back after a loss last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like we talked about in the opener, let's get this done tonight. Let's not leave any doubts. Let's make sure that on home ice we take advantage of the ice, we take advantage of the crowd energy. We take advantage of the roster changes, which was the key to the game. Make them work. Take away the energy from their team as soon as we can. And for GCU, the exact opposite. Make those new players not count.
And here we go. We got a fresh sheet of ice here in Salt Lake City, and we're underway from 4,500 feet on campus at the University of Utah. Game 2. Grand Canyon will skate it down into the Utah zone off the drop. The Utes will get possession. It'll be Waldhauser. He had 2 points last night, as we talked about at the top of the show. He skates it in, passes it over. There's a shot just wide. Lorilla will recover for Utah. He keeps it in at the half wall there. Waldhauser sends it towards the net. It's sticked away by Hine. Trichler has it, trying to get it out. It's kept in by the Utes. Waldhauser making a move. It's poked away by Grand Canyon. That was Trichler. Schwartz will skate this one across the red line and into the zone. He'll peel back in the near side corner. And now to be Chiquette at the point. Sends a pass that goes wide of the net. Will end up on the far side. Thomas has it. He dumps it all the way in. Thomas with that game-winning goal last night late in the third period.
John Correa there with a tough shift. He made that play in the offensive zone that led to a turnover. Now he's all the way at the far corner, pressing guys up against the boards.
Slater to Kruchek. He fires a wrist shot, and that is gloved up by Hine. And with that being said, your starting goaltenders tonight, Hunter Hine for Grand Canyon University. His stat line reads 2-1 after last night's win, 1.62 goals against, and a .949 save percentage. Utah will have Joseph Greilich in the net tonight. He's got a 1-1 record, a 1.87 goals against, and a .951 save percentage.
Yeah, both goaltenders, decent numbers. Can't complain about them. And as we spoke in the opener, we know Greilich is a good goaltender. He'll be strong in net for the Utes.
He really will be. He's been on the team a couple of seasons now, the veteran goaltender. Slater will pass it over to Kruchek on the near side half wall. Point pass Noonan. Sends it wide of the net. Skating that one down is Sendin. Behind the net there is Spencer Sykes. Shoveling it over to Kruchek. Oakland pokes that one away and leaves it for Hansen. Hansen dumps it into the zone. Karsten Sendin, the first man there for the Utes. He backhands a pass over to Eli Fletcher. Grand Canyon dealing behind the Utah net. They've got it at the point. Spring fires a shot. Nice block there by Fletcher. Hansen will fire a shot just wide. Skating that one down is Trichler.
Big hit along the boards there by Noonan. 2 big hits, as a matter of fact, finishing his men off.
And Aaron's backhand pass will go the full length. We will get our first icing of the contest.
I like the start from the Utes. They've already got a couple shots on net. One actually just barely squeaked by that left post. And getting that puck out quick. Yes, that last clear was a nice, but sometimes icings aren't bad. It gives you a second to reset and get moving.
Just over 2 minutes expired here in the first period. Off the draw, Utah will control. They'll fire it out of the zone, and that will go for an icing again.
Good hustle there by Gibney, though. Try to cancel out that icing, but I think it was number 2, Trichler, that just barely beat him out on that icing there. When I first saw the puck go up, I thought there was no chance that anybody would even be close to it, but it died in this near corner to our right.
Off the tie-up, Utah will try and slide that one out of the zone. It's kept in by Trichler. It bounces in front of the net. Ends up on the near side for Sendin to backhand it over to Fletcher. Fletcher can't quite get it out of the defensive zone. It'll be sent right back in by Thompson. Spring keeps it into the line. Spring, high slot, fires a shot. Good save by Greilich.
Yeah, and good job by Greilich, not only to come up and eliminate that top part of the net, but also to hold on to that puck. He looked like he kind of fought it for a second, but he did not give up a rebound, which is very key because they had a man right on the doorstep. He drops that down. That's a potential tip-in score for them.
Another face-off here in the Utah zone that the Utes win. It'll be played off the wall over to Fletcher. Fletcher gets it out. Schwartz will circle back at the logo and flip it into the Utah zone. Greilich sticks it away. And it'll be the Utes once again. Fletcher, backhand pass over to Schwab. Schwab over to Gibney. Gibney skates it in. Spins around and sends it behind the net. Grand Canyon able to get that puck out, and Schwartz gets behind the defense there. And he'll skate it in. Leaves it for the skating in Layden, and it'll go out of the zone. Gibney has it. Waiting for some white jerseys to get into the zone after a change. Does a good job of just getting that puck in a little bit deeper.
Yeah, he had no help there. He turned around to look for a pass because he was only about 8 to 10 feet just inside the blue line. Looked, everybody was changing. He was all by himself.
Delaney, he's hit hard along the boards there behind his own net. It'll be Grand Canyon. They fire a shot, and it was blocked from the stick of Jack Dolan. Gibney's got it. Dolan was on him there. And it'll be dumped in by William Schneider for Utah. And that'll go for an icing.
Yeah, Schneider unfortunately just one step away from that red line, but that's enough to force that icing. And One of the things I'm seeing out of the Utes so far is I know there's a lot of pressure on them by their head coach Morgan Feeney to get this win tonight. But even with that pressure, relax. Play the puck as you know how to do it, because it looks like they're a little bit tense right now. I'm not exactly sure why, as they got to get a fifth man on the ice here. It's going to be Senden. I thought it was. Okay, coming back out is going to be Noonan. Nope. 2 guys came off the bench.
That'll be Delaney.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they need to settle into the game a little bit. They're not playing poorly by any stretch of the imagination, but it just seems like they're a little bit tense. Their puck movement is a little bit quick.
Off the draw, it'll be Utah. Giboney has it behind his own net. It's taken away there by Grand Canyon. That was Nelson. He scored the first goal last night. There's a shot from the point. It tipped and blocked, actually, by Utah. Looks like that was Giboney getting the block there. Oakland skates it in, passes it over to the stick of Nelson. Nelson skates in. He shoots. Pad save by Greilich. Ukele at the point. He sends it in. Just knocked wide. Now it'll be Utah skating this one out. Chase Forey. Got the puck out there. He'll skate back. Delaney's there for the Utes. A long pass intended for Schneider, broken up by Husby there. So Utah plays that off the glass. Husby intercepts. Trying to get that one to the point for Spring, but it's just outside of his reach, so Grand Canyon will have to reset. Husby across the blue line, stick handles, sends it down low. Shot, good save by Greilich, and a good shot there by Caden Henriksen.
Greilich looking strong so far. He's involved in the game early, just like last night with Fuller.
Waldhauser backhand no-look pass to Correa. Correa, tender touch on that puck. It'll be picked off by Caden Henriksen. He'll send it all the way out.
And those are the kind of touches I'm talking about. Gripping your stick a little bit tight. Correa is normally really good with the puck on his stick, and to make that kind of mistake as you're trying to get a scoring chance is kind of indicative of what I was just mentioning. Just relax a little bit. I mean, you've got the time, you've got the speed, use it.
But Grand Canyon early on, I would say, leads the time on attack statistic early on in this game. We've seen a few more chances from them. Utah now face off in the Grand Canyon zone, a chance to change that as Spencer Sykes will take the draw.
And going back to Correa, you know he's going to want that puck back. He'll settle down. He'll get his hands and make something happen to game. I can feel it.
Grand Canyon, they've got the puck now. They flip it up and out of the zone. And grabbing that one for Utah was Johnson. Schwartz peeling back. He skates with it. Fires a shot, never gets to the net. It's blocked by a couple of defenders. Puck will come out of the zone. Thomas dumps that one all the way in. Antelopes control in the Utah zone with just under 14 minutes to be played.
Yeah, we're seeing Gustav Sandberg for the first time tonight at home. A young man from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken.
Utah's able to get that puck out. Thomas has it for Grand Canyon. He dumps it all the way in. And icing is waved off after the tip. Turnover there.
Bounce.
And a shot is sent well wide for Utah to recover. That was Johnson. Skating in is Giboney. He's got it. Passes it back to Schwab. Kept into the line by Delaney. Back over to Brady Schwab. Shoveled out by GCU, and a tender touch causes Utah to reset, and it will actually result in an offside call against them.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate offsides there. As the puck was in Delaney's foot, he spun all the way around. It was attached to his blade, it looked like. Brought it out of the zone, went back in. At first it was waved good, and then the linesman, Austin Van Amen, blew it dead after he had waved it good. So I'm not sure if there's another player in or not. But
Delaney will backhand it to the far side. Oakland's there for GCU as they set up. Couple of crisp passes there. Spring, point to point it goes. Trichler sends it towards the net, just wide. Hansen's there for GCU. Point pass intended for the stick of Sean Spring, but he kind of lost an edge there somewhat and wasn't able to get his stick on it. GCU will skate it back the other way. It's Henriksen firing a shot, gloved up by Greilich.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing out of Greilich so far. For sure.
Been tested early and often so far in this game.
Yeah, shots are 4-2 in favor of Grand Canyon University at this point. 12:20 remaining in the first period.
Face-off won by the Utes. They knocked the puck all the way out. Excellent pressure there from Hugh Dynamo. Dynamo with it. Send it towards the slot for Crowley. It was whacked away there by Grand Canyon. Dynamo dumps it further into the zone for Utah. Husby over to the stick of Dylan Thompson. As Grand Canyon resets, Thompson across the blue line into the zone, fires a wrist shot, and a good save by Greilich. We'll take a look at the replay here. So there was a shot gloved up by Greilich earlier, as you mentioned, Mitchell. I believe that's right. Before you mentioned that Greilich is looking pretty good tonight. He tracked that one down pretty easily.
Yeah, he did. That came off that right wing and just gobbled it up with his left catcher glove there, and no rebound.
Face off here in the Utah zone. And Grand Canyon wins that one, rips a shot. That was Schwartz immediately, and it just goes high. Jacobsma with it on the near side, fighting a couple of Utes there. That was Gustav Sandberg. Utah's able to get that puck into the zone. It's Ukele there. Tape to tape over to Lugalski. Ukele skates back. Patiently waits behind his own net to start the breakout. He sends it to the stick of Schwartz. Schwartz into the Utah zone. Layden is there. And now it'll be taken away by Waldhauser.
Yeah, right now Schwartz and Johnson tied up just by the goal line. Finally separate.
GCU will skate it out. It's Jack Dolan. He dumps it in. Wardis is there. He pins his man up along the boards. Grand Canyon still controlling. They fire a shot. It's just wide. Delaney's hit very hard there on the near side half wall.
I'm sorry, how is that not a penalty? That was directly from behind. I don't usually react to hits, but that looked like it was directly from behind, head to the boards. I'm surprised that did not get called.
Utah will start their own breakout. Long pass over to Kruchek. He gets a piece of it, and Slater will chase it down. Trichler's the first man there for Grand Canyon. Spring sends it back over to Trichler. Kept in at the line by Senden. He's hit hard in front of the Grand Canyon bench by looks like Richard Nelson. We're starting to see some physicality here in the last couple of minutes.
Something's wrong with Senden. He does not look like himself right now. I think he got the worst of that hit along the boards. Looks a little bit squirrely right now. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, I hope so too. He chooses to stay out there after the hit, and Utah will get that puck out of the zone. And now it'll be Grand Canyon back the other way, but they will be offside.
Yeah, send it on the bench, throws his stick once he got over there, and yeah, something's going on with him. I hope he's okay. That was a heavy hit just inside the blue line of Grand Canyon's defensive zone. He connected with number 28. I think that was Richard Nelson that he collided with.
Yeah, That was a big hit right in front of the Grand Canyon bench. Schwab will skate this down over there with Thompson. Thompson over to Jaquette. Jaquette pass down to Thompson. He'll glove that one and throw it down to the ice. Henriksen tried to center it, but it was broken up. Gibney will skate it back the other way. He's just going to have to dump this one in as Utah tries to get numbers down ice here. And GCU will send it all the way out. That hit a Ute stick. Or I guess not. That will go for icing against GCU.
Yeah, good start by both teams. Not a lot of shots. There's a lot of perimeter play, a lot of board play going on. A lot of pucks being flipped out of the zone just to relieve some of the pressure. Not a bad period. I know the Utes are going to want a little bit more out of their bench, and it looks like Sinden is skating off the ice, going to be attended by the medical staff here. He is doing that under his own volition. Just for anybody at home, family members, friends of Mr. Sinden. It's a physical game. We talk about it often. Sometimes you get hurt, but he's a tough kid. Very good kid as well. Enjoy spending time with him whenever we get a chance to talk. And hopefully he'll be all right. Come back for the second period, hopefully. Or later in this period, for that matter.
With that being said, we'll have the draw in the Grand Canyon zone. And off the faceoff, Utah controls. They'll skate it in. Backhand shot. Good save by Hein in front. And Larilla looks up at the ceiling after that one. He almost had it. The net came off its moorings, so we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, I think, okay, it's going to stay inside. If that would have been brought out, they would have said that the net was knocked off by a Ute. I was going to question that call too, because the defenseman clearly pushed his player into the net as he was driving to put that puck in, or trying to put that puck in.
Off the draw, the puck will come out of the zone. Utah will reset. And we'll actually get an offside call right there as that puck just hit a Ute that was in the zone.
Yeah, you can see Correa and Larilla having a little laugh at that, because clearly that's not what he wanted to do.
And just the replay there on that recent scoring chance for Utah. Nice backhand chance there for Larilla. Now Delaney will skate it in. He'll fire a shot, sticked away by Hein. And it does just bounce out of the zone. Larilla to recovery, dumps it all the way in. Grand Canyon trying to send a stretch pass over to lead-in, but it's broken up by Waldhauser. Puck is dumped into the zone by Jacobsma. It'll be Nico Schwab trying to get that puck out. It's kept in at the line by O'Kelly. Then it's picked off by the Utes. Correa back the other way. Peeling back, shoots, and he fires that shot out of play, and he got hit pretty hard there shortly thereafter.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard as they released that puck. And the thing is right after you shoot the puck, you're unstable. Like if you get hit, it's really easy to put somebody down. And Jean Correa's really solid on his skates. But I mean, you're in a vulnerable position as soon as you release that puck. There's a replay there, and you can see he releases the puck and gets taken down.
Face off won by the Utes. Noonan sends it wide, looking for a tip. Wardis has it. He wins that battle, and he'll skate it out of the zone for Grand Canyon. Plays it off the wall. Greilich out to play the puck. Serchik's there. Back down low to Wardis. Crowley's on him there. Noonan coming in to help. A reverse play to the near side. Noonan off the glass, trying to find Dynamo. That puck does get out. Dynamo plays it off against the wall and all the way down into the Grand Canyon zone. Crowley there for the Utes. Point pass to Sandberg. Sandberg will send it all the way back deep into the Grand Canyon zone, and they'll break it out. Delaney fires that one off against the wall and dumps it in.
Yeah, broken stick on that play allowed the Utes to get the puck back in. Man had to change and couldn't touch that pass.
Grand Canyon will skate it in behind the net. I'll send it to the point for Jaquette. Jaquette looking for Nelson there at the goal line. Hansen will fire a shot, gloved up by Greilich.
Yeah, once again, Greilich being able to see that puck come all the way in off the stick. Looking solid, gotta say. I mean, Greilich is looking very solid right now. Shots are tied 5-5. 6:24 remaining in the first period. Score still 0-0.
And off the face-off, the Utes win that draw.
Nice little puck battle along the boards in the corner there.
Jaquette, he's at the point. He'll fire a shot through traffic. Traffic gets deflected wide. Puck ends up behind the net. With just over 6 minutes to be played here in the first.
Yeah, I think that shot hit Sykes.
That puck will get knocked out of the zone and force a reset for Grand Canyon. Oakland will skate it across the blue line here. Bouncing puck will find its way out of the zone. Kruchek finds Sykes. Sykes will skate it in, and he fans on a shot, follows it up. And Thomas got a piece of it. It pops up into the air. Nice hit by Sykes on the far side half wall there. He brought down Henriksen. So now it'll be Utah. Slater, stick handling. He's got a man on him there.
Looked like a little bit of a hook there, but the refs are letting him play again tonight. There's been a couple potential penalties that have not been called on both teams. But like we talked about, we like to let him see the boys play.
Thompson, he dumps it in for Grand Canyon with under 5 to go here in the first. No score. Noonan will pass that one over to Fletcher. Fletcher dishes it to Schwab. He lets it go across the zone for Sandberg. That puck finds its way into the glove of Hein, and we'll get a whistle. First shot on goal for the Utes in quite a little bit there. There has not really been a lot of offense from either side, really. It's kind of, for lack of a better term, just not a lot of offense tonight. Like you said, a lot of perimeter play. That's kind of what we're seeing so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that way all night. Neither team have been able to really sustain that pressure. Good tip in front, however, by Lorilla. But yeah, it's neutral zone, a little bit of offensive zone for both teams, but not a lot of offense.
Schwab will take the draw here for Utah. He will duel the Kozma there. There's a one-timer for Delaney. He's just slapped wide. Utah has possession. It's Gibney over to Lorilla. He backhands it back down low for Brady Schwab. Schwab leaves it for Gibney. Gibney reversing direction there. Leaves it for Schwab again. He'll send it to the near side where Delaney is crashing there. He skates it back over to the far side. Utah sends a shot on goal from the goal line, hits the net and kind of deflects back out onto the near side. It's Gibney peeling back. He's got it. Point pass. Delaney fires a wrist shot, and it's blocked by Schwartz, and he's back the other way on a breakaway. Here comes Schwartz. Shoots. He's wide of the net.
Yeah, Schwartz is going to want that back. You want to get the puck on net.
They shoot. Oh, it's just off the side of the net. It looked like that went in for a minute.
It did.
Fletcher's got it now, and Utah's counterattacking. Tried to get it to Correa. Gets tied up with Jaquette. Layden's got it now, and he'll just dump it all the way in.
Little squirrely in these last couple sequences.
Utah will dump it in, and right as I said, not a lot of chances. We just see a flurry of them right there.
Isn't that the way it always happens? You talk about one thing and it goes the exact opposite way.
Nico Schwab keeps this one in the zone. Utah's got numbers. Waldhauser makes a move, and a diving Thomas makes a stop there.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Thomas to break that up.
There's a wrist shot from the point from the stick of Colton Johnson, and we'll get a whistle from Hein, as now we're starting to see some exciting hockey here.
Yeah, I mean, I looked up at the clock with about 4:15 left, and that's when we started having this neutral zone squirreliness. You saw a player go down, kind of spin around, try to get it to his teammate, couldn't do so, goes in the zone. Schwartz doesn't fan on a shot. He got a good shot off, but it's wide of the net. You know, I mean, you have a breakaway. You want to put that puck on net to have a chance.
Off the draw, Waldhauser rips a wrister. It's just wide. He'll get the puck back on his stick again in the neutral zone. He'll cycle all the way back and make a full reset here for Utah. Here comes Sandberg across the line. Poked away by Oakland. Grand Canyon will start things off from their own side now. Tyler Huffer was there, is taken away. And here comes Nico Schwab on the breakaway. Uckley behind him. Nico Schwab backhands a shot, and we will get a penalty.
Is it going to be a holding? All right, so the first action on the score sheet tonight is a penalty. It's going to be a hold.
And Uckley and Nico Schwab there just going at it. You see, Ukele. You see Ukele kind of give Nico Schwab there a little tap. They're just both going at it, and true competitors there. Ukele, he was on his horse getting back to try and prevent that chance. He did a good job, but Nico Schwab does a great job drawing the penalty.
Yeah, it's Nico Schwab's first game back coming off of an injury. Haven't seen him this year. To get an opportunity like that, it's like an early Christmas present if you can bury that. But Ukele did get back. I mean, it's a good penalty to take. You prevent a goal on a breakaway. So I mean, if I'm the head coach, I'm not gonna be too upset about that penalty. But it's what can the Utes do with it? With time running out here in the first period. Time of that penalty was 17:29 of the first period.
Waldhauser skates it in. He will pass it over to Kruchek. Kruchek on the near side half wall stick handles. As Utah will set up their first power play attack of the game. Delaney over to Waldhauser. Back up top to Delaney. Delaney fires a shot. He scores! Utes on the board. It's Matt Delaney.
And they took advantage.
Power play goal for the Utes, their third of the series, and a huge goal for the Utes late here in the first.
Yeah, there's only 2 minutes left in the period. That's kind of there's still a little bit of time, but a late goal in any period is kind of like a little bit of a backbreaker, if you would. And Delaney, not surprised to see him with that goal. Let's take a look at it again. We're looking at here. Pass comes over. Shot taken from the point. Great shot, great finish.
Third power play goal of the weekend. Every goal of the series for Utah has been scored on the man advantage. That will make those numbers go up for the Utes. And they grab some early momentum. There's a pass intended for Schneider. It was just outside of his reach, so we'll have an icing call against Utah.
What's funny is when he scored that goal, I was writing down that we were on the power play, and you called it. Great call on that, by the way. I just had time to put it on my sheet of paper that I take notes on, and didn't take him long. Took him 31 seconds to be precise to get that done. And last night, both of the power play goals were within a minute 10 of the 2-minute penalty.
Off the draw, Grand Canyon controls. They're looking for a response. They fire a shot from the stick of Jaquette through some traffic, and up to the task was Joey Greilich.
Yeah, because that was tipped in front by number 28, Richard Nelson, who had a goal last night, standing right in front, just in front of the crease, got his stick on it, and Greilich read the tip.
Off the draw, Hansen will skate over to it, point past Jaquette. Utah's able to knock that one loose, and here they come the other way. Spencer Sykes skates it in. He fires a shot. Good save by Hein. It's still bouncing around. I believe it hit his mask. He kind of rung his bell a little bit. He was looking around right after the shot, and we will get a whistle.
Yeah, that net almost got toppled over on top of Hein there because it went over off of his mask like you were talking about. And Sykes followed that rebound up. Net almost got pushed on top of him. Not the first time we've seen that, but You don't see it that often. I like seeing that.
Yeah.
Battle behind the net, too.
Face off in the Grand Canyon zone with just under a minute and a half to play in the first period. Nice little tip there from Kruchek, and you can argue interference call there as he was trying to skate down that puck, got tied up there with Huffer. We've got Spencer Sykes with it now behind the net. Sykes peels back. Grand Canyon takes it away. Jacobsma, he'll skate with it across center ice and into the zone. A backhand pass to Schwartz, who tries to shoot it, and he is leveled there shortly thereafter by Larilla. And then off the puck, Slater was leveled. And we're starting to see some players show the body around here in night 2.
Yeah, there's that the little bit of animosity that we were talking about at the beginning of the or pregame rather. And I've been keeping an eye on Noonan tonight. He's been drawing my eye to him because he's been playing rather physical and fast. The hitting is definitely picking up, but Noonan's got a little spur in his saddle tonight.
Now it will be Waldhauser skating it in. 15 seconds on the clock. Wardis will skate it across the red line, or blue line rather, has a shot, it's just wide. They fire a shot wide of the net, and we'll get a whistle with 5.7 seconds remaining as the net comes off its moorings. We'll get a whistle and a face-off. Utah out shooting Grand Canyon 8-6. I feel like a lot of their chances have come recently. I really think most of the period they've been getting outplayed. At least it's been looking that way. But it really, right after I said no shots on goal, it was kind of a boring game. And everything kind of flipped into the opposite direction. Both teams have had plenty of scoring chances since that moment, like you said, about the 4-minute mark of this first period.
Yeah, it really, something shifted. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but you could see it. I don't know if it was that squirreliness in the neutral zone or what, but yeah, there was chance after chance after chance after that.
The broadcaster's jinx, if you will.
If you will. What if I won't?
I don't know. I don't know. We're at the end of the first period of play. We've played 20 minutes. Utah leading Grand Canyon by a score of 1-0. What'd you like from that first period of play, Mitchell?
I like the last 4 minutes, honestly.
I did too, because the first 16 were rather not as entertaining as the last 4 minutes were.
Yeah, let's just call it uneventful.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, once, with about 4 minutes left, things kind of ramped up. The hitting definitely ramped up. Obviously, the Utes got their power play goal at the 2-minute mark. But yeah, there was I like the response towards the end of the period, and that can be the same could be said about last night. The boys responded pretty well all 3 periods last night, despite getting that late goal.
And with that being said, we will send it ice side now. We've got Claire O'Connor with the goal scorer in tonight's contest, Matthew Delaney. We'll send it down there right now.
Hey there, Utah hockey fans. I'm Claire O'Connor here with Matthew Delaney, who scored our first goal of the night, putting the Utes in a lead of 1-0. Who helped you out there making that goal possible?
I think it was the whole team. We had good puck movement on that power play, but great pass from Paulie, and I just walked it in. Took a shot, kept it low, and it found its way in the back of the net. So super proud of the guys on that one.
That was a great goal on that part. Alrighty, but the energy out there seems so aggressive by both sides. Does that affect your playing at all, either positively or negatively?
No, not much at all. I think we're a physical team. We're a tough team, and I think the general consensus right now is just take a hit to make the play. So that's what we're doing, and we're getting pucks in deep, and we're getting our opportunities.
Alrighty, beautiful. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you next period.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. That was Claire O'Connor down there with Matt Delaney, who scored that first goal for the Utes. We will take a quick break. We'll be back with the first intermission report in just a few moments. At the first intermission, we've got a score of Utah 1, Grand Canyon 0. We'll see you in just a few moments. Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patrick McGann alongside Mitchell Slauber here for the first intermission report. We've got a score of Utah 1, Grand Canyon 0 at the break. Utah with a late first period goal with 2 minutes remaining. Matthew Delaney, huge goal for the Utes on the power play.
Was it ever? I mean, we were looking for a spark. Right before the penalty or the power play started, I mentioned let's make something happen. Sure enough, they made it happen. It's very similar to last night. I mean, these two teams, even with the changes, still very evenly matched. But like we talked about before the end of the period, it did start to ramp up the last 4 or 5 minutes of that period. But I want to see more. I want to see more attack from the Utes. I want to see them tilt the ice in their favor. As far as GCU, I mean, they're holding strong. They have a power play goal or a penalty kill goal against them. That's not a lot. That's not 5-on-5. And 5-on-5 is where these teams are so evenly. I think the team that does get that 5-on-5 goal might be a straw that breaks the camel's back, to coin a phrase there, to just move things along, to shift one way or the other. Because right now, I mean, shots are 8-6.
Keep in mind that Utah there are 3 goals in the series have only come on the power play. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that you can score goals and put pucks in the net when you're given the opportunity on the man advantage. That's what you should do. Excellent work on that so far. But you got to score 5-on-5 too, because that's what the majority of the game is. Not saying they can't do that, but they've yet to do that in this series, and it's something they need to do tonight to get the win. And with that being said as well, it's a tight game. They're going to need insurance. Last night, GCU came back. Utah was up 1-0. GCU came back, so it's the 5-on-5 play. Pretty slow the first 16 minutes. Nobody really had the edge. I'd say Grand Canyon maybe slightly, then Utah turned it on, and they looked very good those last 4 minutes. Yeah,
and also they haven't really tested Hein very much. I mean, you're not going the shots that have been put on him at even strength, he's seeing all of them. Need to get that traffic in front of the net, drive the net hard. The non-puck carriers, the players without the puck, they need to go to the net hard, get some traffic in front of Hein, maybe get a tip, something along those lines to get something past Hein. But if you're letting Hein see the puck, we've seen it. He's gonna be able to make the stop. He has been giving up some rebounds. That's another thing to look at for the Utes. If you know a goalie's giving rebounds, put more pucks down low, have him kick those pucks out a little bit, could then go after the rebound.
Crash.
Shoot for the rebound even.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you have to do to get those opportunities and create those opportunities, they need to step up and do that.
Absolutely, yeah. Crash the net hard, and when you're seeing a goaltender give up those rebounds, just take the shots you can get, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? So
right, Gretz?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So for Utah, just keep putting pucks on net. But Grand Canyon, they're still very much in this game. They're fighting hard. But you see the physicality picking up way more than it was last night.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely carryover. We talked about that in the pregame. We knew there was going to be carryover, especially in a tight game like last night was. It's another tight game tonight. Something has to make things shift. Physicality is often used for that. But, the Utes aren't going to be dissuaded by a couple heavy hits. It's unfortunate that Sinan got knocked out of the period because of a very, very even hit. He just got the worst end of that hit. But, yeah, definitely you're absolutely on point with the physicality has been ramped up. And it's which team is going to react to that better and which team is going to get the traffic in front. So far in this game, it looks like the GCU squad has put a little more traffic in front of Greilich. But Greilich stood tall in net, made the stops, not giving up rebounds, which is key. But I think if you're the Utes, you got to get those. You got to do the same thing to Hein. We haven't seen him tested that way. We've seen Greilich tested that way.
Right. Just like we said, shots. Just keep on taking them. And for Utah, Greilich, he's been forced to make a couple of big saves in this game, but also seeing that puck very well through traffic, as you mentioned, Mitchell, and just the rest of the game. Like we said last night, very evenly matched.
Yep.
Same story again tonight. How is Utah going to break through in the second period?
Like I said, get traffic in front, get deflections, do something to disrupt Hein's flow right now because he's seeing the puck. And if he's seeing the puck, we already know he's going to make the stop. And then jump on those rebounds if you're giving them.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we'll take a short break here. We'll have puck drop between Utah and Grand Canyon for the second period of play in just a few moments. Welcome back, folks. We're getting ready for the second period of play between the Utes and the Antelopes. Utah maintaining a 1-0 lead at the first break. It was a late goal in the first period by Matthew Delaney to take the Utes to give the Utes a 1-goal lead, and Utah needing to build up that momentum to start this second period.
Yeah, I was just looking over my notes from last night, Pat, and the only difference on the score sheet between last night and tonight was that roster bench minor penalty.
Almost an identical game as last night. Both teams up on their feet. We're getting ready for the puck to drop. Utah tonight need to maintain that pressure. So right off the draw, Trichler couldn't quite find the puck. Waldhauser fires a shot. It's just deflected wide. It's now to be Jacobsma. Trichler's got it now. Trichler over to Layden. Layden backhand pass to Schwartz. Delaney takes the puck away, sends it over to Nico Schwab. Correa take the tape over to Waldhauser. Waldhauser fires a shot, and looks like Hein did get a piece of it with his glove. He couldn't quite find it after. You know, proving your point, Mitchell, at the break, that just put those shots on net, make the goaltender make a save, and just follow up your rebound.
Yeah, the other thing that's different tonight from last night is the shot count was heavily in favor of GCU last night. Tonight, much more even. I like seeing that, but I want to see more. I want more.
I do too. For Utah, a slow start to this one. Both teams really, as it's kind of picked up more now as we now have an offside whistle here.
Yeah, Utes not too happy that number 83 put that on net. That's Caden Serchik, sorry. Didn't hear the offsides whistle, took a shot, but the Utes are down talking to the referee right now about it. Nothing came of it, but nobody likes to see a shot on net after the whistle's blown, and they're all. If I'm on the ice, I'm going to be going to the player that made the shot. I
regardless
do that. Yeah. The funny thing is, they're like, chill out, man. I didn't hear the whistle, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't endanger my goaltender like that. Because goaltenders will relax.
Off the draw, Oakland will kick it into the zone. That's right. Got to stand up for your goaltender. That will go for an icing against Utah. And we'll have the face-off here in the Utah zone.
Looks like it's going to come near side. Hansen's going to take this draw against who's wanting to step in. That looks like it's going to be Sykes.
Off the draw, the puck bouncing around. Utah trying to get it out. Kruchek will skate over. Skate it forward, will dump it into the Grand Canyon zone. Greilich out to play the puck as it ends up back down to the Utah side. Nelson scoops it up. Grand Canyon controls now Thomas. Point to point, Jaquette. Jaquette, one-timer, they score!
That was an absolutely beautiful pass.
Benjamin Oakland, all he had to do was just keep his stick on the ice. Jaquette doing all the hard work there. What a pass. And there's not much Greilich could do on that one as Oakland got behind the defense there and just tapped that one home. Here's that replay. Jaquette finding a crashing Oakland. As you can see here on the second replay, the goal view, he gets behind the defender there, that being Colton Johnson. And as Mitchell said, that's one of the best passes you will see. What an unbelievable pass by Jaquette. Grand Canyon will skate it right back in. Larilla pokes that puck off the stick of Husby. Husby's with it again.
Puck tied up near side in that near corner. Can't see how loose the puck is right now, but Craig Peterson definitely yelling at the boys to keep the puck moving. A little cross check there to the Utes player, number 34, Sandberg.
Here comes Fletcher the other way across the blue line, and Utah is offside. And just like last night, Utah getting that first goal in the first period, and Grand Canyon early on in the second coming right back with an answer. So you've got a tie game.
Yeah, it really, it's just like last night. Neither team able to really grab hold of the game and run with it.
So off the face-off, Grand Canyon will control the puck. Skating back is Trichler. He will find the stick of Spring there. Delaney will cycle back for the Utes behind his own net. Delaney across the logo, still with it. Leaves it for Gibney. Gibney winds up a shot. Good save by Hine. A little shoving after the whistle there. You see Trichler and Schwab get tied up there.
Yeah, not surprised to see guys starting to get tied up in front of the net after a whistle. Both teams desperately want to take hold of the game right now. I mean, shots are, 8-8. 17-17 on the clock, and the score's 1-1.
Off the draw, puck bouncing around. Thomas will cycle back. And the pass ends up in the hands of Hine. Another stop to cover that one up, and we'll have another face-off.
Yeah, it's almost like a soccer play when you kick it back to your goaltender, let them take charge, and Hine just decided to hold on to it with a Ute pressing on the forecheck there.
Off the draw, Utah controls. Delaney at the point, fires a shot through traffic just wide. He was looking for his second of the night.
Yeah, and that just barely missed, too. We had a great angle from our vantage point.
Delaney's first goal, similar situation from the point. He fired a wrist shot home. He's got the eyes to see those openings in the net, as looks like Dynamo was trying to make a move there, and it was taken away by Grand Canyon. Jaquette back on the ice after that stellar pass that resulted in the tying goal. Wardis behind the net. It's taken away by Utah. Some confusion there. Grand Canyon's got it again. They fire a shot. Good save by Greilich. The puck's still loose. Dolan's got it. He leaves it for Ukele. Ukele's pushed off the puck by Crowley, and Utah's able to get it out.
Crowley, another player that's playing well tonight. Played well last night as well. You said his name quite a few times.
Grand Canyon in the Utah zone now. It's Hansen, near side corner. And we will get a whistle.
2-minute men on the ice for GCU. So just like last night, the Utes are given a gift here. They need to take advantage of it. That penalty will be called at 3:57 of the second period.
And that gives Utah an opportunity on the power play once more. Like you said, Mitchell, they're given a gift. This is a red-hot power play, as we mentioned on the show before. And serving this one will be Richard Nelson.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of this. I mean, when a team gives you a gift like that, and, as a coaching staff, you cannot be happy with a too many men on the ice call. Because that's kind of, depending on the team, some teams, you shouldn't have jumped over the boards. Well, you shouldn't have sent me. It could go either way, but
right.
It's just one of those you kind of scratch your head on it, because that's an attention to detail play or mishap, if you would.
And really, in a game like this with the razor-thin margin, every mistake matters. As here's Delaney at the point. Sends it back up top. Waldhauser fires a shot. It's blocked by Grand Canyon. That was a nice block by Owen Hansen. He'll skate it the other way, trying to get around Waldhauser. He can't quite do so. Nice play by Waldhauser to break up that scoring chance. Kruchek. He dumps it in. Trichler saucers it all the way down. And Greilich just pads it away.
Yeah, what a rebound on that. I'm just kidding. He meant to push it to the corner. But he's been gobbling up rebounds, or not allowing any rebounds all night. It's kind of weird to see a puck bounce off him like that.
Cray will dump it in. It's scooped up by Trichler and sent the full length once more. Colton Johnson for Utah. Just over a minute to go on the Utah power play. They are 1 for 1 so far tonight. Errant pass outside of the reach for Giboney, so Grand Canyon will send it right back down again. Johnson behind his own net. 45 to go on this power play for the Utes. Long stretch pass over to Sykes. Sykes takes it in stride and will take it and peel back on the far side. Puck's in front of the net. Grand Canyon just trying to get rid of it. Utah maintains possession. Pass to the point. It's Johnson. Tape to tape Larilla. To the middle for Sykes, and he couldn't quite get a shot on it. And Johnson couldn't quite keep it in the zone, forcing a reset with 17 seconds to go on the power play. Slater dumps it in. 10 to go on the Utah power play, and that will do it. Grand Canyon will kill off that too many men penalty. Nelson out of the box. Long stretch pass. What a pass there as Utah fires a shot. Good save by Hine. Great shot from the stick of Schneider. Excuse me, stick of Crowley there. Grand Canyon has the puck on the doorstep. Husby trying to fire a shot, but it's broken up.
Yeah, Sandberg did a great job with his stick there, just to negate any shot. Put it right in front of the puck, and puck is now in the offensive zone.
Forey will skate this one in for the Utes. And Grand Canyon will get it out. Wardis over to the stick of Duquette, and he misplays it. Schneider sends it into the zone. Dolan over to Hansen. Hansen will get the puck in deep for Grand Canyon. Antelope still maintain possession. Spring dumps it in. Dolan at the goal line far side. Peeling back, puts it towards the middle for Nelson. He'll fire a shot. Pad save by Greilich.
What a play by Waldhauser there.
Here comes Craze one-on-one with Trichler. He's got Delaney behind him. Over to Delaney. He has it in his skates. Oh, and he still gets the shot off, and a good save by Hine in front.
That hit the net. Yeah, okay, they blew it.
What a chance. Making something out of nothing there is Matthew Delaney.
Yeah, he spinorama falling down, still able to get the shot off. That's some concentration. I don't know if I can concentrate on anything that hard. I'm too old for that.
Well, college-age hockey player right there making something happen. Good chance there for the Utes.
Yeah, I'm definitely not college age.
There's a shot just fired wide. Slater's got it. Still skating with it. Sends it towards the point. Nobody home. As Schwartz was chasing after that puck for Grand Canyon. Utah able to recover. And we both put our arms up there for a potential trip against Grand Canyon. Not called.
Getting a little squirrely again.
Here's a big hit in front of the Grand Canyon bench. And Utah will skate it back the other way. It's Sykes. Still has it after taking that big hit. He's able to get it in all the way to the far end of the Grand Canyon zone. Sykes, point pass. A shot from Larilla, scooped up by Kruchek. He peels back far side. Larilla again fakes a shot. Sends it deep into the zone. It's bouncing and kicked away by the skate of Ukele, and then Grand Canyon will send that one all the way out, and it will be icing against the Antelopes.
Yeah, it got a little squirrely there for a couple minutes. Or not really a couple minutes, I don't want to exaggerate, but yeah, things kind of picking up here in the middle part of this frame here. 11:24 remaining. Shots are 12-11 in favor of the Utes. And, you know, because I don't know if the squirreliness is because the hitting's picked up or both teams are really, really, really trying to make something happen here.
Nice clean win for the Utes on the face-off. Sandberg fires a shot. It's blockered away by Hine there. And another icing against Grand Canyon.
And speaking of Sandberg, I had a chance to meet his parents during the intermission. They walked by, I said hello, and I kind of looked at him for a second. I was like, yeah, you got to be Sandberg's parents. They look exactly alike. And I got a buddy of mine tuning in tonight. It's his first game of the season watching, my buddy Jared. Always, love when people reach out to me or you and say, hey, give us a shout out. We'll do it.
Yes.
So,
we're not shy.
I am. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Utah will fire that puck. That shot will go all the way out of the zone. As Husby has it now.
Good check. Oh, players down on the ice.
That was a good check, but it hit.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate checks where it's a clean check, but because of the angle, the result is a lot worse than what you're wanting. It's a GCU player that's down on the ice right now. Can't see his number. He is starting to get back up. That looks like Husby. Larilla hit him, and as he was trying to cut to the middle of the ice along the boards, and sometimes when you do that, your edges will push you kind of and spin you a little bit, and I think that's exactly what happened. Spun. Looks a little woozy. He's getting up, being escorted to off the ice by Thomas and Jaquette. Hope he's okay as well. We don't like to see any injuries. We always talk about when someone gets hurt, like it's a physical game. People are going to get hurt. We don't like to see it, but it's going to happen. It is the nature of the beast that is ice hockey, and we always hope the best for players that have to leave the ice during the middle of the game.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a concussion, an arm, a leg, it doesn't matter. You want everybody to finish the game. You're not out here trying to hurt people. So.
Yeah, well, hoping the best for Braden Husby as he looks like he's in some pain there, unfortunately.
So we'll take the draw at center ice here. Asa Van Amen getting ready to resume play.
Really a physical game tonight. Bodies being thrown around much more than last night. Usually the case in night 2 of a lot of these weekend series. There's a play by Schwab. Gets caught up in the linesman skates there. Now it'll be Utah dumping it all the way in. Nelson backhands it off the glass. Delaney scoops it up. He's got Thompson on his back there. So now it'll be Nelson again. He dumps it all the way in for Grand Canyon rather.
Little errant pass.
Brady Schwab there trying to reverse play. He's got 2 Antelopes down there. There's a scrum on the far side half wall. Almost halfway through this second period of play.
Little trip. Nope. Okay. We'll continue.
I guess we will. There's a shot. Sticked away by Greilich. A couple of trips missed in this second period. Here's Noonan. Ethan Noonan, one of the veterans on this team. He will dump it all the way in. There's some physical play. Gibney fighting for that puck. Now it's Crowley. 3 Utes, 3 Antelopes in that scrum right there. Breaks free. There's Spring over to Dolan. And eventually slides its way out of the zone. Sandberg backhands it over to the stick of Crowley. And he dumps it in. Serchik gets a piece of that one. It's a dump and change here for the Antelopes. Long pass to no man's land there. O'Kaley will play it right in and hit an Antelope that was already in the zone, so they'll have to reset. Here comes Dynamo. Leaves it there for Crowley, and
Schneider had a great A opportunity. Just missed that puck. A great look across.
Grand Canyon gets that puck in deep. Larilla will backhand it over to Dynamo. Johnson behind his own net to Dynamo. Dynamo with some space. Pass trying to find the stick of Schneider, he did get a piece. Utah will get a change.
On those plays, you want that clean entry. You don't want to get a piece of it. You want to get all of it because if you catch it, you're going in with speed. And puck's just bouncing a little bit weird tonight, right? So far, like in this last part of the second period here, we're under 10 minutes to play in it. Right idea, not perfect execution. Makes a difference, you know.
It's the little things
Always the little things.
that add up, as now it'll be Michael Schwartz. He skates it in, spins around, still has it, and it's taken away by Waldhauser. Waldhauser over to Nico Schwab. Correa calling for it at the blue line. He gets a piece. Grand Canyon will bring it back the other way. Noonan hits Layden there as he dumps it in.
Little high hit there behind the net on Johnson.
It's like a Ute was brought down there. That being Correa, looks like. Utah able to dump it all the way in. We're going back and forth in the latter stages of this second period. Nice little move at the blue line there by Sykes. He fires a shot blockered away by Hein.
Once again, Hein making the stops on the pucks that he can see as they come to him.
Grand Canyon countering. Here comes Thompson. Dumped all the way in. There's a big collision behind the Utah net. Slater backhands the puck over to Sykes. Sykes able to backhand it out to Kruchek. Kruchek leaves it for Sykes. Here they come into the zone with some speed. Sykes, far side. Fires a shot just high. So now Utah will reset. Sandberg to Delaney. And it's dumped into the zone by Sykes. Utes control with just over 6 minutes to be played. Slater fires a shot, and Hein making the save. And my goodness, pleasantries galore after the whistle. We get our first.
Yeah, and here's the funny part about all of that. So Kruchek crashed the net as he's supposed to do. The defender for GCU pushed him into the net, into the goalie, and then they react as if Kruchek had anything to do with it. Yeah, he crashed the net. I'll give you that. But it never makes sense when the defenseman pushes a guy into his own goalie and then gets mad that the guy falls into his goaltender. I've never understood that. If we can get a replay of that, that would be cool.
So we'll get everything sorted out here.
Yeah, these are going to be coincidental minors.
Should be.
Yeah, it should be.
We have seen mistakes made on the ice before by some officials. Both captains there outside the zone. Here comes the replay here as we'll see a shot.
Yeah, so you see Kruchek go in and then a cross check right into the goaltender, and then the goaltender reacts, and Kruchek's going to defend himself all day long.
Absolutely, as he should. We'll see it again from the broadcast angle. There's a shot. Kruchek just crashing. All he did is bump into the goalie after he's pushed, and then everything kind of exploding shortly thereafter.
Yeah, and goalie going down. He's got $3,000 worth of gear on, and he acts like he doesn't have a pad on when he gets pushed back. I don't like that. I'll be honest, I don't like that. You have a helmet that can take a 100-mile-an-hour shot. You get pushed in the face and you fall to the ice like that. I'm not a big fan of that.
Let your players sort that out.
Goalies should skate out of that fracas. There's no reason to get involved. Your player pushed them into you. But yeah, it looks like we're going to skate 4 aside. They're putting 1 up for Kruchek unless he has a double minor, in which the Utes will be down 5-on-4, and a power play will go to GCU. Time of those penalties all taking place at the 13:56 mark.
Absolutely terrible call by the officials, if you ask me. Absolutely, that's a terrible call. Both teams should be skating 4 aside. There is Both teams are culpable for what happened after the whistle. Kruchek was just following up his shot, and he gets called for the penalty for retaliating, but it was started all by Grand Canyon quite clearly. You see it on the instant replay. You can rewind for yourself, folks. And as we said, we thought it would be coincidental minors, and that's not the case.
Okay, so it looks like Austin Van Amen is skating over to the Utes bench. And another player for the Utes is coming over. Looks like that's going to be Schneider coming to sit a minor penalty. So the Utes will be short.
Inexcusable. Inexcusable.
I haven't heard what the penalty is. I'm imagining it's a roughing. That's the only thing I can see coming out of that. But
Grand Canyon to the power play. A gift for the Antelopes. So Grand Canyon will control, and they have the power play. Oakland, he stick handles. Hansen at the point. He's got it. Once more, fires a shot. Greilich gets a piece of it. Delaney's got it behind the net now. So you've got 90 seconds remaining on the power play. Big opportunity here for the Utes. They've got to kill this one off.
And for those of you at home wanting to know what happened, Kruchek had a rough and a slash. And then for the GCU.
There's a shot. Good save by Greilich. And maybe we'll see Utah get a penalty here, is apparently they're just getting called for everything now.
But GCU's penalty goes to number 19, Caden Henriksen. He got a cross-check. So that was, the cross-check was called when he cross-checked Kruchek into the net. Where the slash come from was probably Kruchek poking at the puck after the goaltender had it. That is technically a slash, and then a rough when he pushed the goaltender down.
But where's the?
But there should be a call on the goaltender. It should be on Hein as well for a rough.
Yep.
But that got missed.
Yeah, it did. Grand Canyon tries to set up a one-timer for the stick of Dolan from Schwartz, and the shot ended up going wide as Utah's got a minute to kill on their penalty.
Just to be quite honest, just not to belabor the point, but had Hein just skated away, Kruchek wouldn't have gotten the rough.
Absolutely. That's a great point. That's exactly right. And just tells you if there was a call missed.
But it's always the retaliation that gets called. I mean,
absolutely,
it's just known in hockey. Like,
yeah.
The refs are gonna see the retaliation a lot more than they will see the initial spark.
The guy's got, like you said, you're going to stand. Kruchek, you said it when we were watching the replay. He's got to stand up for himself and his team, and he does that. And I'm not. You're totally right. The retaliation is almost always called.
Yeah, broken stick on the ice for Sandberg.
Here's Oakland, high slot. He first shot. He scores.
Yeah, I could see that coming as soon as Sandberg broke his stick on the draw. Now it's a 5-on-3. Time of that goal, 15-15.
And that's a shame. That is a real shame. Grand Canyon takes advantage of the power play as they should, but it's no mistake of Utah. It's a missed call on the officials that leads to that situation in which Grand Canyon gets a man advantage. And, of course, they take advantage, and they take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah. Let's see how the Utes respond to this. You know they're going to have a little get up in their step. They're going to want to get that back. That goal scored by number 17, Owen Hansen, assisted by number 24, Colby Jaquette, and also number 9, Jack Thomas. Power play goal for GCU gives them the 1-goal lead. 2-1 here with 4:15 remaining in the second period.
Nico Schwab will skate this one down for the Utes. Delaney, a bad pass and a good save by Greilich as Dolan had a point-blank chance right in front.
Yeah, for a one-timer too. Wow, great save by Greilich there.
Long stretch pass intended for Jacozma. He just gets a piece. And we will get a penalty. The referees do call penalties on Grand Canyon, and Utah will go back to the power play.
Time of that penalty, 16-10. That's going to go against number 12, Nash Jacobsma. That'll put the Utes on their third power play of the evening.
Huge opportunity here for the Utes to get that goal back. So late here in the second period, Utah
Okay, so
tied up.
Yeah. So they can tie it up here. Again, they're kind of given a gift by the other team because they just had what shouldn't have been a power play, but it was. I mean, we can't excuse anything. Like moving forward, they're not going to make a change in the call. So they were shorthanded. Unfortunately, Sandberg broke his stick off the draw. Now you're basically down 5 on 3. Now the Utes have a power play. They need to capitalize on this and negate.
Here comes Thomas on the breakaway. Thomas makes a move. He scores.
Nope.
Jack Thomas, a shorthanded goal. Shortly after that opening face-off for the Utah power play, and Grand Canyon is rolling. It's 3-1.
Time of that goal, 16:22. So just 12 seconds into the power play, they get a shorthanded goal scored against them.
Officials hearing it from the fans. And now Utah down 2 for the first time this weekend. And what we called before this broadcast a must-win game. Huge game against Grand Canyon for the WCHL conference standings. Utah still in the power play for the next 90 seconds. Puck sent all the way out by the Antelopes.
Yeah, we need a response. We need composure out of the Utes. Because clearly, it's demoralizing to get a shorthanded goal scored against you. It does happen. It was a bad bounce, maybe call it that. But great hustle by the goal scorer on that play.
There really was. Thomas really did not give up on the play at all. He was fighting hard all the way to the end. He earned himself that breakaway. And he made no mistake. He buried it backhand. We got 2.5 to be played here in the second. 42 to go on the Utah power play. Plenty of time to set up. It was a pass to the point. Wrist shot blocked by Nelson.
Now GCU have a man without a stick, so similar to the power play that they recently had.
Here comes Gibney. He skates right in and takes a shot. Kruchek now out of the box from his penalties after that scrum after the whistle. .20 seconds to go on the Utah power play.
That's enough time to make something happen here. They win the draw, send it back to the point.
Just like that, they've got it. Larilla one-timer patted away by Hine. Utah sending it towards the slot. 10 seconds to go. It's Larilla on the near side corner. Over to Schwab. He's pinned up along the boards. Sykes will leave it for Gibney. Sykes at the point.
Penalty's
GCU
over.
Back to full strength. And they take it away. They may have numbers the other way as they'll just dump it down. Jacobsman with some speed. We'll skate in there. There'll be a call behind the play. It looks like Utah will go to the power play as Jacobsman threw a punch at the head of, I believe it was not sure exactly what unit it was. We'll get a replay here.
Yeah, cross-check is going to be the call. Okay.
Definitely extended outwards.
Yeah, he did. Time of that penalty, 18:31.
Another power play for Utah. It's a power play that's hot. I mean, they've been held off the scoreboard for the last couple opportunities, but nonetheless, it's a power play that we know can be explosive.
The power play for the Utes, 1 for 3 tonight. This is their 4th opportunity on the power play. So they need to win the draw, set up quick. There's a minute and a half left in the period. They'll have 30 minutes of power play time should they not be able to score it by the end of the period. But
So Cray had it at the point. He sent it over to Delaney. Now it's Waldhauser on the near side half wall. Point pass Delaney.
yeah.
Tape it goes. Waldhauser. One-timer for Kruchek. Rebounds bouncing up, and that looked like it was played with the high stick. Wasn't quite called. Delaney at the point's got it. Fires a shot. It's blocked. Grand Canyon can't quite find it. Utah able to maintain possession. It goes out towards the far side, and they eventually slide it all the way out. With some speed now the other way is Hansen. He'll skate it in and backhand a shot, but good defense there by Waldhauser to shut that down and prevent the breakaway. Here comes Cray back the other way. 47 to go in the second. This power play will carry over if no goal is scored to the third period.
Yeah, the Utes able to set their power play up quick again.
Johnson at the point over to Waldhauser. Waldhauser waiting. One-timer for Kruchek. Pad save. Rebounds loose. Cray gets there. Backhands it to the far side. Puck bounces, and it'll just come out of the zone. Time for one more rush with 20 seconds to go. Waldhauser will shut the puck behind him just quite. And now it'll be Kruchek the other way. Waldhauser over to Kruchek. 10 seconds on the clock. One-time pass across the zone. No shot comes to that one. 7 seconds on the clock. Utes are flying high right now. Looking very good. 2 seconds, looking for the one-timer. Puck's bouncing around, and the horn will sound for the end of the second period.
That was an ending of a period. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, that it was getting a little bit squirrely, and then, you know, we had the miscue on the being shorthanded, and then, you know, the shorthanded goal by GCU. Right now, I mean, that's really the difference. The Utes did put on quite a bit of energy on the power play. Their hustle for the puck was really good. Paul Waldhauser with a really good back check after an errant pass. So, I mean, there's some positives to be taken out of that. Frustrating for the Utes fans, we know. Celebratory for the GCU fans, we know. But that's hockey. That's going to happen. You know, human beings are all over the ice. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to have pluses and minuses. And, you know, it was just an interesting finish to the period.
So with that being said, we will send it ice side. Misha Ali is with Owen Hansen from Grand Canyon University. We'll send it down ice side right now.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with number 17, Owen Hansen. Owen, your team has been on fire this period, scoring 3 goals. Walk me through the mindset shift from this period and last one.
Thank you, absolutely. I mean, we had a really hard start there, first 15 minutes of the first period. Just trying to find our identity early in this season. And coming back to it, it's always been our energy, our tenacity, and our passion. So energy is just the big one. Making sure that we are getting the guys to our left and our right, just tapping their sticks on the board, getting fired up for all the hard plays that we make. So that's been about it.
Would you say you're a second half team?
Yeah, I mean, typically, yes. Last year in the past, we kind of had some slow starts, but that's what we're trying to change our identity to, is just being an energy-first, quick team right away. So we're trying to switch that around and be a full 60 team.
Well, congratulations and great job this period.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Misha, and we will send it to break here. It's the end of the second period after 2 frames of play. It's Grand Canyon 3, Utah 1. We'll be back with the second intermission report in just a few moments. Welcome to the second intermission report, ladies and gentlemen. It is Utah 1, Grand Canyon 3 here at the second break. What a crazy second period it was, Mitchell.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say, let's Goose Fraba.
Yes.
Let's Goose Fraba.
Yes.
If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't.
Anger management. Anyways, yeah, that was a weird period, especially the last half of it. I think there was like 8 minutes left when things are getting squirrely again, and then that's exactly what happened. So, little cooler heads. I would just want to talk about something real quick as far as the penalty that led to the power play that led GCU to the power play goal. Okay, so I've had a chance to look at it several times now. Here's what's frustrating, and I'm going to take the stance of both a fan and then I'm going to take a stance of a referee because there are two sides to this. First off, as a fan, the initial penalty was a slash because Hein had the puck covered up. Good on that call. You see it because Kruchek went in and poked at it. That is technically a slash. Then he got cross-checked for that slash. That was also called. Here's where things get a little bit squirrely in my mind as a fan. Because he gets cross-checked, the goaltender Hein gets upset and blocker/gloves Kruchek, right?
That's retaliation.
That's retaliation. That should have been called. That makes me mad as a Utes fan. And then Kruchek responds in kind by taking Hein down. That come on, man. You can't do that. Okay.
You can't, but you also can't go at Kruchek in the first place.
Exactly. Now, referee, a lot calmer. You're not going to see any emotion out of me. The referee, as I said, they got the first two calls exactly right. Once that happens, you notice everybody on the ice converges to about a 2 to 5 foot circumference or radius. And everybody's right there. As a referee, you also move in so you can have a better vantage point. As a referee, with all that humanity within that very small space, it's hard to see what the goaltender did because on the look, Hein gets up, turns around, and there's everybody around him. The referee was on the opposite side. As a referee, it's hard to see what Hein did. All you see is Kruchek take Hein down. Therefore, he gets the extra rough. That's my perspective from a referee. And if you guys haven't seen this, if you're a GCU fan and you haven't seen this broadcast before, I ref this league for years. So I know what it's like to be on the ice at this speed as a referee, as a linesman. I did juniors in college a lot. So I can see both perspectives. That sequence set off a turn of events that has shifted this game and definitely shifted the second half of that period. On the ensuing draw in the defensive zone, where if everything had been called as it played out, as we get to see on replay, it's slowed down, it's a little bit different. The puck would have been in GCU's in because there's two coincidental minors that offset one another, so you drop the puck where the puck was last played. But that didn't happen. What happened is because there was an extra penalty on the Utes, the puck comes all the way back down to their defensive zone. Now, on that draw, Sandberg made a little move with his stick, broke his stick. He is a defenseman. So now, granted, the penalty was only about 12 seconds, I think is what I recalled. But when you break your stick as a defenseman, it gives you a little bit of an anxiety and panic attack. Not saying that he played it wrong, but you have no stick. You can't cover your man like you normally would if you did have a stick. That leaves a little bit of an opening in front of the net in the sense of you can't clear your man out, but there's also traffic in front of Greilich. Shot taken. It was a really good shot by the goal scorer, and it's essentially a 5-on-3. Then it takes all the wind out of the sails of the Utes because, A, they feel like they've been wrong because it wasn't even up on penalties, right? And then you get a power play goal scored against you. Now you're down by 1. You're on the power play shortly thereafter, still trying to recover from that letdown. You're going to grip the stick a little bit tight. They get a shorthanded goal against them. That 2 minutes right there is the difference in this game right now. Now, what I'm going to look for, and I don't mean to hog the intermission, but what I'm looking for as an analyst is to see how the Utes respond. I did like the way they played the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of that period. They still have 31 seconds of power play time. Now, we've talked about it before as far as percentages on fresh ice coming on a split power play, starting off a period on an abbreviated power play, let's say. It's awfully hard to get the puck in the net. So after that, the game resets. You have to reset as a Utah Ute. The coaching staff, the players, everybody has to reset. That was a screwy couple minutes.
Right.
Out of 60.
I guess out of that, the first point is just there's 4. I guess you got 2 linesmen, 2 referees. There's 4 officials on the ice.
Yep.
I find it hard to believe not one of them saw what happened. I think there's a reason you got 4 pairs of eyes on the ice, and so it's a missed call. Just back to your first point. I understand that it might not have been seen by somebody, but somebody had to have seen it, and so that doesn't matter. It's over. It's happened. It was a bad call, and Utah's got to bounce back. They looked excellent after the first minute and a half of that power play. At the end of that period, you just hope that momentum continues on out of the gates here.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Because if you don't get the goal on the power play, you got to get right back to 5-on-5, and you have to dominate 5-on-5 because it has been so even. You have to make the change. You have to make that shift to 5-on-5 to dominate 5-on-5, not just play even because we're down by 2. You have to dominate 5-on-5 or hope and pray that you get a couple power plays.
Goals have been hard to come by as well. So this is a huge third period for the Utes and what we call, I think it's a must-win game right now. Huge. I mean, you get 6 points of separation between you and Grand Canyon. That's going to be hard to make up this season. So with that being said, we'll throw it down to the ice and get ready here for the third period of play. So with that being said, as we just mentioned, coming straight off the intermission report into this third period, Utah has 31 seconds of power play time. They've got their work cut out for them.
And the Utes are leading in the shot category, 19-16. Not a big margin, but it is a margin. But they're down by 2 where it matters, which is on the scoreboard.
Delaney will skate this puck into the zone as we start out the third period, loses an edge, and Grand Canyon will be able to get that puck all the way out. The first man there is Wardus for the Antelopes. Cray battles him for the puck. And they will kill it off. So we're back to 5-on-5. Jacozma's out of the box. Larilla will skate this one in. Waldhauser sends it to the point for Slater. Point to point it goes for Sandberg. Sandberg fires a shot through traffic, patted away by Hine. Grand Canyon backhands that puck off the boards, and the puck will come out of the zone. Sykes skates it in across the line. He goes behind the net. And Grand Canyon will get it out. Arilla over to Slater. Slater's got Sykes behind him. He'll just skate it in. Jaquette pins him up along the wall. Jaquette behind his own net to Thomas. Back over to Jaquette. Grand Canyon gets a piece of that one, and it'll bounce all the way down into the Utah zone. Noonan along past the stick of Slater. Slater across the blue line, leaves it for Sykes. Sykes fires a shot just wide. And it'll go all the way back down to the Utah zone. Noonan's got it. Over to Schneider. He backhands it into the Grand Canyon zone. Huffer got a piece of it. And that puck goes up and out of play.
Couple lost edges in to start this period. Delaney, who's usually sure-footed, tried to put on the brakes in that far corner to our right. Blew a tire, and that essentially killed the end of the penalty.
Also hard to win that opening draw and kind of get established with only 30 seconds on that power play left. So they were charging hard, and then Delaney just lost that edge.
Yeah, physicality has definitely not let up. Couple big hits already in this period, and we're only a minute and 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm obviously expect that to continue. Both teams just throwing the body around, and Utah will play that one all the way out. I know Utah, when they were I don't know. Oh, there's a misplay by Hein behind the net. Utah trying to set up a play. Schneider point pass. There's a shot. Good pad save by Hein and good pressure from Utah early on in this third period.
But that's one of those big rebounds I was talking about. The Utes have to adjust to that. They have to see that and start reading that and putting themselves in the right position to get their sticks on those rebounds. I mean, that was a rebound that went all the way out of the zone. If you have a guy on that near side of the net, because the shot came from the left wing, if you have a guy here on the right side, you know, you got a quick bang bang goal, but nobody was there. It was able to go all the way out into the neutral zone.
The point I was trying to make earlier before that scoring chance had happened is, you know, when the Utes were a lesser of a skilled team, you'd see scrums like that after the whistle almost every whistle, but these two teams just getting down to business. The physicality is just on the ice. There's a shot and a good save by Greilick. You're just seeing the physicality in the game with the hits. The only really flurry of action we saw was that scrum that resulted in those penalties. Whereas, you know, a couple of years ago when you're out of a game by 4 goals, that's what you're going to do right after every whistle.
Yeah, you're going to try to get under the team's skin and make something happen that way, as opposed to what these two teams are doing, which is pure skill. That's offsides.
And off the draw.
Yeah.
That will be called.
Sorry, I made the call before they did. From our vantage point, everybody, we're just above the ice, at center ice, and we have a good vantage point down to the blue line, better than Alan Poole did on the far side of the ice. He made the right call. Just, you know, sorry, can't help it sometimes.
The official instinct.
Yeah. Is it official?
Or the officials. Maybe I should put the S on the end. Instinct. There's Brady Schwab. Sends the puck in front. It's bouncing around. The rebound's loose, and there you go, Mitchell Wright again. A nice juicy rebound at the front. Utah just crashed the net hard. So now Grand Canyon comes back the other way. They fire a shot, and it's wide. It'll end up on their side of the ice with this fresh sheet. That puck sliding around. Utah right in front. They make a move. Oh, we try to put a 5-hole. It's still loose, and it just bounces high. Nice move by Brady Schwab. He tried to stick it 5-hole, and he just missed. Now Noonan will skate it in. Noonan will reverse play to the far side. Sandberg sends it towards the net, and Grand Canyon picks it up. Oakland has it. Plays it up into the air. Comes right back down. Here comes Oakland. He skates it in.
Sandberg got interfered with there
in
at
front,
the blue
they
line.
Score. Nelson, a one-timer, wide open, and it's a three-goal lead.
I'm upset, and here's why, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but Sandberg got interfered with at the blue line. He's skating backwards, gets knocked down, and which releases his man. That's the man that made the play, that made the pass to get the goal. That
would not be the first call that was missed tonight.
That's upsetting. I'll just say that. Time of that goal, 4:04 of the third period.
Coach Morgan Feeney talking to one of the referees down there, probably exactly what you were just saying.
I mean,
as an official, do you review the tape of a game?
I always did. I can't speak for anybody else.
Okay.
I did, because if there were mistakes, I want to see them, and so that I don't make them again.
Absolutely, that's how it should be. Grand Canyon a 3-goal lead. That's going to be tough to overcome in this third period. It can be done.
Yes, it can.
It's now puck will be sent all the way out. The Utes came out with some good momentum as well. A couple of good scoring chances, and my next point was actually going to be just keep Grand Canyon off the board, keep it at 2, but the hole gets deeper now, almost 5 minutes into the third. Huffer will backhand that puck across the zone. GCU will get this one out, and you can expect a lot of this the rest of the game. This one will go for icing, but GCU just going to burn as much time as they can. Here's the replay of that goal. Wide open is Richard Nelson, his second of the series. Nobody on him there.
Time of that goal, 4:04 of the third period, gives GCU a 3-goal lead.
You see Joey Greilick down there. A couple of goals, no fault of his own tonight. all things considered, stopping the puck and seeing the puck pretty well.
Oh, yeah, he's had a good game. He's just kind of been left out to dry a couple times.
There's a shot at the goal line. Puck still bouncing around in front, and GCU will end up with this one, and they will clear it out. Kruchik at the blue line. He plays it in. Intercepted by GCU. Huffer will send it forward, and Jacobsma will chase it down. A one-time pass sent towards the middle, and Noonan was able to break that one up as Henriksen was looking for the one-timer there. Utah playing it all the way down. Tritchler there for Grand Canyon. Good pressure here from Slater as looks like Lugowski couldn't quite find it, and the puck goes up and out of play.
This is where I wish in ACHA they had the rule there was a penalty, because that went straight out. Here, you just can't change in ACHA. If the puck goes off a defenseman's stick and straight out of the play in your defensive zone, it's not a penalty. It's just they can't change. NHL, it's a penalty.
Right, delayed game.
Yep.
That's right. Mitchell making the signal up here. Utah fires a shot. That was Sandberg. It's covered up by Hine. And for the Utes, the WCHL conference schedule continues next weekend. We will have 2 games at 7:30 Friday night and 7:30 Saturday night next weekend against the University of Arizona. Utah split down there in Tucson a few weeks ago. Looking for the sweep will be the Utes. This one's not over yet, but if the results stay the way they are, it's going to be tough to get some conference points and get back in the race for this thing. With 14:10 remaining and a chance for 3 more goals. There's a shot just wide from Grand Canyon.
Yeah, normally, time would be a factor, when you're in the last 10 minutes of the period or the game.
Here we go. Utah, they tried to fire a shot. That was Chase Ford. He fanned on it.
But to continue that with 14 left, time is a factor. Time is definitely a factor.
Especially, yeah, you're chasing 3 goals, and that puck's up and out of play. Absolutely, it is a factor. Like we said, goals have been hard to come by in this series. I mean, tonight, Grand Canyon with 4, Utah with 1. Last night, Utah with 2, Grand Canyon with 3. So not as high scoring as we've seen other series in this building.
Yeah, but as you say as a coach, 1 at a time. Let's get 1.
It's exactly.
And get it as fast as you can, and then let's go get another.
Fletcher off sides there, but honestly, Utah, some mishaps, some unfortunate happenings as well. You also got to give credit to the visitors here, Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They have played an excellent series through and through. They've been skating hard since night 1, not letting up, and they've looked very good both nights.
And and more importantly, yes, you're absolutely right, and I'm glad you said that, because with our frustration, we've been focused on one thing. But, Grand Canyon has played 2 really solid games. And, you cannot take that away from them. They're a very good team. They've skated hard, and more importantly, they've taken advantage of the opportunities that they've had.
And that's what good teams do. You're seeing it from Grand Canyon right now as that puck sent towards the net by Larilla. And Grand Canyon will skate the other way. Right, yeah, we're frustrated up here in the booth, of course, calling the game for Utah, but still, Grand Canyon, of the teams I've seen from them, on the home and at home and on the road, this is a different team from what I've seen the last couple of years, and they're playing very well. There's a shot blocked there by Spring. You can tell the skill gap has gotten smaller and smaller every single year. Utah, they've beaten Grand Canyon in conference games quite a bit the last couple of years, and right this year that's not quite the case. It's a closer game, and kudos to the team, to their staff for the way their team's looking, and there will be a penalty called against Utah.
Yeah, that's going to go against Noonan for either tripping or kneeing. I'm assuming tripping, but let's see the signal from Matt Orr. Time of that penalty is going to be 7:43.
So Grand Canyon to the power play where they have been successful tonight. And coming into the series, #1 power play in the conference.
Yeah, kneeing was the call. So that puts GCU on their 3rd power play of the night. One of the linesmen being attended by the training staff of the U.
And, you know, if this result holds, I would say a Grand Canyon sweep here in Salt Lake, in my opinion, that would turn heads around the conference and the league. I mean, it's a huge result.
Yeah, it is. And especially, you know, okay, there's a penalty on Thomas. So that negates the power play for them. That penalty is going to go against #9, Jack Thomas. Time of that penalty, 7:50, so 7 seconds.
And so Utah will see Grand Canyon again Friday, January 23rd and Friday, January 24th down there in Phoenix. Utah and Grand Canyon skating 4 skaters aside now. More ice to work with. It's now to be Larilla. He skates across the line, peeling back. Sends the puck across the ice. Trichler's there. And Utah trying to establish an attack here in the offensive zone. There's a shot blocked by Hein. Waldhauser kicks out to the point. Another shot just high. Waldhauser, he's got it. Man on his back. He'll skate it to the point. Lots of space here on the Olympic-sized ice sheet with the 4-on-4. There's a shot tipped in front. Pad save by Hein. Now Grand Canyon will skate it out. Chakosma's got it at the logo. He'll peel back. Good pressure there from Delaney, but he still has it. Here comes Grand Canyon. Trichler on a breakaway. He fires a shot. Pad save by Greilich. Utah will counter. Delaney's got it. He'll backhand it into the zone. And Huffer will be there. Grand Canyon skating it into the zone. Still skating 4-on-4. Nelson has it. Peeling up towards the top of the circles.
Good job, Bryce Sandberg, to break that up along with help from Slater.
Nice move by Slater. He's got a man on his back. Here comes Slater. He skates it in, fires a shot just high. Sandberg, a shot from the point. He scores! What a shot from the point by Gustav Sandberg, and the Utes have some life.
Yeah, the Utes needed that. Like I said, get one. There's still 10.5 minutes remaining in this game. We're going to stay 4-on-4 for another 20 or another 13 seconds, and then the Utes will have a 7-second power play, which is basically not a power play. The only reason it would be a power play, honestly, is if they are in the attacking zone. Noonan just bolts straight out of the box. Joins the play, gets the puck, and one-times it.
And here's the replay. A howitzer of a shot from the point, off the post and in. Here's a great angle of it from ice side, and beats Hein. And Utah has some momentum here. 2 goals in 10.5 minutes is doable. Like you said, Mitchell, get that first one fast. Objective achieved there.
Now get the second one.
Get that second one. Slowly but surely chip away at the lead. Skate with that momentum and get yourself rolling here. Utah, we have seen it. They've just kind of been interrupted by a few mishaps and misplays of their own.
Yep.
And
Noonan's out of the box.
That stinted their momentum, but now Noonan out of the box. There's a long pass. That'll go for an icing. And also Grand Canyon gets their man out of the box. So we're skating 5-on-5 now.
So the Utes technically 1 for 5 tonight on the power play, even though that last power play only 7 seconds long. but it still goes down as a power play.
Here you see the shot there on the breakaway. Greilich making the save. He really has played a good game tonight, and even there, kind of left out to dry and makes a huge save.
Yeah, and what I like out of Greilich is he was on top of his crease. That tells you he's a confident goalie. You hear it all the time. A confident goalie is going to be at the top of his crease, go out and challenge that shooter and negate the angle as much as you can as the goaltender.
Yeah, well said. Comes out, makes a great save, and even all things considered, you know, giving up 4 goals, he's still out there feeling confident. That's what it is as a goaltender. You've got to just mentally forget everything that's happened, whether it's been, you know, 50 shutout minutes or 4 goals in a game. You don't think about it. You just stop every shot, just like you stopped the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's your job. Stop the first one.
Delaney skating over, playing it over to Fletcher. He plays it off the wall in front of his own bench. And it'll be dumped all the way in by Brady Schwab for Utah. Thomas behind the net for Grand Canyon. He plays it off the glass. Schwartz gets a piece. It's Johnson. GCU will skate it in now. Here they come. Nice little pass across the zone. One-timer. What a save by Greilich.
That was a beauty save. Keep that save in mind. Keep that save in mind.
That was a beautiful one-timer. Turnover. Here's Fletcher. He fires the wrist shot. Blocked by Spring. Good recovery by Grand Canyon after a costly turnover. Here comes GCU. They fire a shot just wide. Johnson over to Sandberg. Sandberg off the glass. Drops back down at the feet of Fletcher. He's hit there at center ice, and GCU will dump it right back in. Johnson behind his own net. Pass tipped up into the air. Waldhauser will skate after it. Delaney. Long stretch pass intended for Nico Schwab at the blue line, but it's picked off. Thompson the other way. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson skating it in. It's tipped, and Utah will pick it up. Waldhauser skates back. Gets it over to Noonan. Noonan back to Waldhauser. Noonan hit after that pass there. Waldhauser makes a nice move. Still skating with it. Getting it over to Sykes. It hits his skate. And GCU will take the puck the other way.
The game is picked up in tempo. You can feel it. You can see it.
Absolutely. 7.5 minutes to go. Lugowski at the point. Sends it down low for Oakland. And now Utah will counter. Slater with some speed. He skates it in. And Utah will have to dump that one in as Slater was in the zone. Sykes smartly just dumping it in to avoid the offsides there. Greilich out of his crease. Puck ends up on the stick of Sykes. He makes a move. It's speared away by Jaquette. Slater to Kruchek. Kruchek peeling back. Slater calling for it. Point pass. Johnson fanned on his shot. He recovers. Still has it. Fires it out. He scores! What a shot by Colton Johnston! Johnson gets the Utes within 1. Unbelievable play. He was skating around, trying to settle that puck down, and found his shot and buried it glove side on Hein. And with 6:47 to go, Utah trails by 1. Here he is. You can see it on the replay. Just was able to take that puck back on his stick.
Yeah, what a recovery by him, because he fanned on his initial shot, which got the goaltender to go down. When the goaltender goes down, it gives you that whole top corner. Johnson saw that. That's exactly where he went. Looks like we're going to have a timeout by one of the teams. I didn't see. We were looking at the replay when the teams called the timeout. We'll see who did it. But, yeah, I mean, Johnson, with that initial fan, almost it worked to his advantage. And
almost as a fake, if you will.
Yeah.
What a goal there. And Utah with all the momentum with 6:47 to go, out shooting GCU 24-18. We'll get another view of that one-timer save by Greilich. As you said, Mitchell, keep that in mind. Unbelievable. Gets his chest out on it. and makes a big save.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic save by Greilich. It didn't set it up, but it definitely kept the Utes flowing because there's been a lot of flow. And just real quick, that goal scored by Johnson at 13-13, assisted by Mr. Spencer Sykes. Gets the Utes within one. 6:40 remaining in the third period. All the momentum on the Utes side right now.
Utah able to dump that one in. Everybody on the Utah bench on their feet right now for good reason. Surchek flips it up and out of the zone. If you're Grand Canyon, you're going to be playing a lot of that hockey down the stretch here.
Yeah, and the Utes need to keep up the momentum, right? We've talked about it before. The shift after a goal is an important shift.
There's a hit by Larilla on Dolan there. Wardus there to recover and dump it in for GCU. Just over 6 minutes to be played. Larilla over to the stick of Fletcher. GCU able to get that puck. Legowski out there. Sends it out of the zone. And icing is waved off. Larilla to the stick of Waldhauser. Just quite outside of his reach. And it'll be Tritchler playing it off the glass and into the Utah zone. Nico Schwab with the puck. Utah skates 3 men the other way. We'll dump it down. Hine gets a piece of it. Good pressure at the blue line from Utah. And Grand Canyon will play it out. Noonan dumps it into the zone.
Yeah, with the momentum in Utah's ways, they're forcing GCU to make decisions they don't want to make. A lot of flip out passes, not the control that we've seen for the majority of the game. There's another flip out pass right there. It's basically a turnover.
Right.
Every time they do that.
They're just trying to ice the game as best they can. They're going to skate it in. Nice little kick there by Johnson. And here Utah will skate it the other way. Crowley into the zone. He dumps it in. Chasing after is Forey. Forey behind the net. A scrum ensues there. Just over 4.5 to be played in regulation time. Nice little play in front. And Forey was able to crash the net there and force Hine to freeze the puck.
Yeah, 4:31 left in the third. Still some time to do some damage. The Utes out shooting GCU 29-19 at this point. So the Utes have turned up their energy, their speed. They're taking control of the ice. And the ice is definitely tilted towards GCU's net. And, right now, Sykes with a big offensive draw.
And the faceoff won in the Utes' direction, but scooping it up is Surchik. He dumps it in. Delaney plays it off the wall. It's kept in there by Grand Canyon. Good recovery there by Kruchek to pin his man up along the boards.
And get the puck out.
Larilla, he skates it in with some speed. He has some space. Then he's going to peel back. Slater there to help him. Larilla wrists it back deeper into the zone. Slater peeling back. 4 minutes to go. Kruchek. He's got it. Man's on his back. Point pass Larilla. Point to point Delaney. Delaney sends it towards the net, just wide. Puck's bouncing around. GCU trying to get it out. Larilla keeps it in at the point and sends it right back in. Long stretch pass intended for the stick of Dolan. He just gets a piece of it and we'll let the puck skate all the way in, or go all the way in rather, to burn some time. Delaney gets that puck. Now it'll be Fletcher skating it in. Hansen's got it for GCU. Skates in front of the Utah bench and just dumps it in. It's kept in at the line by Tritchler. Utah got a piece of it, then it's dumped all the way in, and we will get a whistle.
Yeah, looks like both of them are going to go. Matching minor roughings. Time of those penalties. 17:06.
4-on-4. Utah did get a goal when we were skating 4-on-4 a little bit earlier in this period. Lots of space on Olympic-sized ice. 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in regulation time. 2 of those minutes will be skated 4-on-4. And head coach Morgan Feeney, he's wondering why the faceoff, why the faceoff's in Utah's zone.
I can tell you the puck was in the defensive zone when the whistle was blown, even though the penalties took place in the neutral zone. The puck was last played in the Utes defensive zone. So
here's Delaney over to Larilla. Nice pass over to Correa. Waldhauser skates it in, peeling back. Point pass Larilla. Point to point Delaney. He fires a shot, gloved up by Hein.
Yeah, and there's no way that's getting in, to be honest with you. As he took that shot, there wasn't a Ute within 15, 20 feet of Hein there as everybody was over on this side. But we are playing 4-on-4, and what we noticed in the last 4-on-4 is the Ute speed was a factor. That's what allowed them to get that goal.
It really is, and it favors the faster team that can move the puck.
Yeah, it really does. And the Utes can move the puck well. So can GCU, but the advantage definitely went to the Utes 4-on-4.
Waldhauser has the puck after the faceoff. He'll just opt to skate this one out and reset.
Allows them to pick up some speed as well, starting back in their zone. We got 4 fast skaters on the ice.
Waldhauser at the blue line, skates it in, recovers after the puck was getting whacked at. GCU just knocks it out of the zone. Oakland on Delaney. Delaney peeling back. Puck bounces over the blade of his stick, forcing him to go back once more. Errant pass behind Waldhauser allows Oakland to put some more pressure, and it forces Utah all the way back into their own end. Good pressure from GCU. Under 2 minutes to be played here. A minute to go on the 4-on-4. Puck gets all the way down deep into the GCU zone. There goes Greilich to the bench. 5 skaters for Utah. A pass intended for the stick of what looked to be Johnson there. Just missed. So now Larilla will skate it in. Larilla leaving it for Waldhauser. Waldhauser on the far side. Point pass Johnson. There it goes to Cray. Cray fires a wrister. Good save by Hein. 1 minute, 28 seconds remaining in the third period. 34 seconds remaining on the 4 skaters aside, and the Utah net is empty.
Yeah, if I'm Morgan Feeney right now, I want Larilla on that play, not to be to the left of Hein. I want him to be directly in front. Another timeout on the ice. Yeah, not that Larilla was in a bad position. If he would have moved over, and yes, that play did shape really fast with that the pass going from the boards to the center of the ice. But as you see that slide in front of the goaltender, if it hits you, it hits you. You can see right there. You can see Larilla just to the right and trying to use his stick to deflect it. But if I'm Larilla, I want to be over a little bit because he saw what was coming. Just slide over, let it hit you, deflect off of you something. That's a better opportunity than giving the goaltender full view of that shot and trying to deflect it down.
So just under 90 seconds, plenty of time for Utah. They'll skate 5 skaters with Greilich on the bench. What an exciting end to this game.
Yeah,
Utah clawing back.
Yeah, and what a comeback so far. I mean, there's still 1 to go to tie it up. There is a minute and a half. Empty net. Offensive zone draw. 5-on-4. It can happen. The Utes are resilient. We've seen that in the past. We've seen them dig out of some holes before. And, I honestly don't put it past them to do it. Doesn't mean they're going to. I would like for them to. All of the Utes fans would like them to. GCU would like to get an empty net goal. But
here we go. Big face-off in the Grand Canyon zone. 1 minute, 28 seconds to go. Crowley dueling Wardis. Wardis will get tossed. So skating in to take this one will be Nash Jacobsma. So face-off is won by Utah. Delaney has it at the point. He's got the blue line, got some space. Delaney top of circles, fires a shot. It was blocked And it eventually makes its way to the net, and we'll get a frozen puck. .28 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4 here on the ice. Net still empty for the Utes. It's a 5-on-4 for the time being. Once we get those two skaters back, it'll be a 6-on-5. Ice will get a little bit more crowded. But another huge face-off in the offensive zone for Utah. A must-win face-off. GCU wins it cleanly back their way. Utah trying to skate to get that puck. They'll get possession. Waldhauser across the zone. There's a shot from Kruchek. He was calling for it, and it was just blocked, but a good pass nonetheless by Waldhauser to find Kruchek. Just over a minute to be played here in regulation. Utah still with control. Delaney at the point to Kruchek. Kruchek, he's kind of hit from behind there, and GCU skating hard to try and get that empty net goal. Delaney fighting hard for that puck. Wardis on him there. Errant pass to Waldhauser. They're able to get it out, and there's a shot from center ice, and it's blocked by Delaney. 45 seconds to go. It's a 6-on-5 with Utah's net being empty as the 4-on-4 penalties have expired. Here comes Waldhauser. He dumps it in, sends it to the opposite side. Nico Schwab is there for the Utes. 35 to go. Scrum there in the middle of the ice, and a pass by Brady. Schwab will send it all the way down for Utah. Got some gas players out there, but Kruchek's behind the net with 22 seconds to go. One last rush remaining for the Utes.
Yeah, this is the last rush opportunity that they're going to get.
Nico Schwab on the puck there. Brady Schwab there with him. 10 on the clock. Utah needs a shot. Waldhauser point pass. Delaney's got it. Point to point it goes. Correa high circles, fires a shot. Blocked by Trichler. That might do it, folks. That puck sent the full length, and it will count.
19:59.8 seconds was that goal, empty net goal. 5-3 will be your final.
Correa had that chance. He fired the shot off. It was a good block. I'm sure he's beating himself up, but he did what he could to try and fire that one home.
Yeah, and GCU, didn't mean to interrupt you there. GCU did a good job of getting in those shooting lanes. They blocked 2 or 3 shots, 2 on Correa alone in the last 10 seconds of the game.
And GCU will get a road sweep over the Utah Utes in Salt Lake City. The final tonight, 5-3.
Yep. That's about what I got to say to that. But I do have to say, it did show the Utes showed a lot of resiliency to fight back to be within 1 goal after being down by 3. The squirrely ending to the second period. They come out, they score 2 goals in the third period. They battled hard, had opportunities, but all the credit goes to GCU to taking advantage of their opportunities. Yes, they're happy they got a sweep. We're not happy that we got swept. But these were 2 very good, very evenly matched teams that faced off both last night and tonight. GCU happened to get the better.
There's, not much else I can say to that. Definitely a lot to think about. But the Utes will be back on home ice next Friday. They will face off against the University of Arizona at 7:30 p.m. And that'll be the next time we're on these airwaves.
Yeah, we were treated to a couple really good hockey games last night and tonight. I love this sport.
Yeah,
I love the elation and I love the heartbreak. They both they go hand in hand, and it was a tough battle both nights, and not much more we could have done.
Really, there's not much more you could say about it. It was just a well-fought game. I'm kind of at a loss for words after that one. It stings. The empty net goal, it's a result of having to pull your goalie, and I hate to say it, but it's the officials that are the difference in this one. That missed call, and Grand Canyon gets the goal. That's the way I feel right now.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the officials overall did a good job. One or two mistakes, like I said, at the end of the second period. You know, everybody's human. And, you know, you made the point of there's 4 sets of eyes. And you're absolutely right. Yes, it's one of those calls that you want back. Absolutely, you want it back. But, you know, to kind of back up what I was saying on the official side, when you converge, you think about it, 3 sets of those 4 eyes are all right there. And then the back official is seeing only one part too. So it's not an excuse for the officials, miscall, but you know what? I don't think that one call, did it shift momentum? Absolutely. But the Utes were able to grab momentum again.
Right.
Back from that.
They were, and that's impressive as well. You
Yeah.
know, to show that resiliency, like you mentioned, and it's just, it is what it is.
It is what it
I'm
is.
not going to think any differently than the way I think.
No,
and
for sure.
That's, you know, it hurts tonight, but you know, next time you'd see them, next time they will see Grand Canyon, will be in Arizona. So
Yeah.
it's a chance to even it up again and you know, get your revenge. But schedule keeps rolling along. You got to come back next weekend and forget about this one.
It does, and I think Claire's downstairs with a player, if I'm not mistaken. Are we going to go ahead and send it down to Claire? All right, let's go ahead and send it out to Claire, ringside.
Hey, Utah hockey fans, I'm Claire O'Connor here with Jack Thomas, the captain of the Grand Canyon University team. Tonight was quite a fierce game out there with multiple broken sticks and 11 penalties between the two teams. How did you guys use your win last night to continue that into tonight's game?
You know, Claire, you asked about our preparation leading into this, and yesterday I told you that we were going to have a dominant weekend, and we came out and showed out, so.
That is so true, because the final score tonight was 5-3. You yourself scored one of those goals, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty, what was your thought process when you were taking that shot? Like, what was going through your head?
We were on the PK, and I knew I was going to beat that defender, and then I saw the goalie cheating glove side, so I took him to the blocker and scored backhand.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Clara. And with that being said, again, great fought series.
Yep.
I don't know if there's much else we can really say.
No, not really. I mean, it was a tough battle. It did not go our way this time around. There's next week, and we will be back home. And you know the Utes are going to want to play. I guarantee you this week is not going to be fun for the Utes. I know Morgan's going to want to cover a lot of areas because he looks at a lot of video. He looks at more video than you and I do. You know, coaches these days use the technology to their advantage, and they can pinpoint little bitty things that are difference makers. He will do that. His coaching staff will do that. They'll talk about it. He'll get his anger out of the way, and they'll work together to be better next week, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, and just a well-fought series, and like I said, University of Arizona in town next weekend, a chance to avenge a split. I mean, in this league, what you've got to do is basically just get the split when you're on the road and get the sweep when you're at home. Obviously, tonight you kind of dig yourself a hole. Now you're kind of forced to sleep GCU next time you see them. But Arizona coming to town should be a great series.
Yeah, and I say when we go to GCU, let's sweep them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Still plenty of opportunity for that to happen. With that being said, that's all the time we have left on the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. For everybody behind the scenes, for Mitchell Slott, for myself, Patrick McGann, we thank you so much for watching tonight. The final score, Grand Canyon 5, Utah 3. We'll be back next Friday, November 14th, where Utah will take on the University of Arizona at 7:30 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.